Howdy guys, it's Joe here today talking to you guys why I hate Zenyatta. And of course, this is part of a series, pretty much just go over the parts about people's kits that can be annoying, and especially in this video, I'm going to go over what's annoying for other support players and other tank players. I especially play tank a lot, and Zenyatta being a tank buster of a support, you can see that I have some problems with this character. Now of course, the first problem is just playing against him sometimes, and how he kind of just completely ballers through a few different tanks, especially Winston and D.Va. Now of course D.Va is kind of a different case. D.Va can block quite a bit of damage, and of course you can't just discord the D.Va and she's going to instantly die because you do have to kill the mini D.Va afterwards. But when you're playing somebody like Winston and the Zenyatta presses that discord on you and you jump in already, you're just gonna die. There's not much you can do. Your shield's gonna break pretty quickly, and then you can just go straight through you. A lot of the times Zenyatta with one other support can easily 2v1 you, and it's just kind of a problem to fight against with as Winston. Of course, Winston, if he's playing smart, he's going to try to come around the side when Zenyatta's not, looking for him exactly. But if Zenyatta's very, very observant and knowing what's going on at all times, he can just go straight through for the frontline people like Winston. And it does kind of put a situation where you kind of have to pick somebody like a Reinhardt or like a Zarya, which can be annoying because they've been the characters that we've been seeing a lot for a long time, but whatever, that's just kind of how the character works. After that, of course, I'm going to say his alternate fire, it's kind of cancer of an ability. It's not that great. I mean, it's okay, charging up all 6 of your orbs and then shooting at the same time. It can work, you can get a lot of kills, but I'm not going to say it's really broken, overpowered, or anything like that. It's just kind of in the game and just kind of a thing about the character. But sometimes this ability can be very, very annoying. Something doesn't have to be overpowered to be an annoying ability. When he shoots them over and over and over again, getting no kills for quite a long time, and then eventually he shoots all 6 of those, headshots you somehow, and then just bursts through your entire life bar, that's something that I feel like just sometimes doesn't feel quite fair. I know that it is counterable. I know that you can't just happen to shield it and then it's essentially useless. Or you can just wait around the corner with somebody like a McCree, wait around the corner with somebody like a Soldier, or somebody like a Widowmaker, I guess is probably the best choice. But still, there's something about that ability that just feels so out of place. It's just kind of there, and just something that's kind of meant to just maul straight through your health. While there's stuff you can do about it, it is quite annoying. And of course, the final thing, there's really not way too much I hate about this character, but the final thing about him is his ultimate. Now, the first thing about his ultimate that I don't like is that I feel like it doesn't really fit on the character at all. Now, think about Zenyatta for a second. Maybe this is just me, but think about this character. Of course, he is the most damage-based support, He has that damage on his entire kit. He has burst with his right click or with his alt fire, and of course his regular fire does a lot of damage. Of course he has the Orb of Discord, and of course I guess he does have a little bit of healing, but he's meant to have very little healing. He has some of the least healing in the game as far as supports go. So think about that. Think about that character, a damaging support. Then what ultimate would you think a damaging support would have? Do you think it would be something that, gives your teammates damage, somebody like a Ana ult that boosts up your teammates, or do you think it would be something that makes you stay in the backline where you aren't dealing damage where you're healing your team? Well, yeah, of course it's the thing where you're healing your team, and I feel like that's kind of awkward. I feel like they could have just swapped Zen's ult and Ana's ult, made the particle effects a lot different obviously and change it up a little bit. But think about Ana. Of course, she's a far-range healer meant to be healing with a lot of crowd control, staying straight up in the back line. That's really what she does. And that seems a lot more like a healer medic person than Zenyatta, who's a bit more damage-based. I don't know. It might just be me, but I feel like they could have just swapped those two ultimates and it would have made a lot more sense. Just done like an Orb of Destruction or something and put that on one of your teammates. I don't know. It's just something that's really weird about him, something that I feel like doesn't really fit. But even if you do just accept his ultimate in the state that it is, I feel like there's a problem where a lot of people just kind of mess up with this thing. Of course, it does have a lot of use, and especially since it got that speed boost a long time ago, it's actually pretty useful. Of course, if your team's at like half health or below, pop that thing, save their lives. If the enemy has someone like a Pharah or someone like a Zarya, pop your ultimate, save their lives. There's a lot of really cool situations with this. But what does annoy me with it is how much people waste this ability. I think this is more than any other support ability that I've seen wasted. Of course, I've seen a lot of wasted Lucier ults, and of course, a lot of wasted Mercy ults especially. But with Zenyatta, people get hit by like one bullet. Maybe they get hit by one Pharah shot, and they're about to run around the corner, so they couldn't really be hit by another one. But they just instantly pop their ultimate. The teammates are all at full health. They just go for it. I don't know why. I guess it's to save themselves, but you should just be saving your ultimate. Other than that, there's another situation that we see very often, where your teammates are attacking, they're going in, but they aren't quite being shot yet. Your team's just ready to engage, and then Zenyatta ults before they actually start fighting. Now, I guess this does make sense in a lot of people's heads. You know, they're like, I'm gonna mitigate damage before it even starts to come in. But that doesn't really honestly make way too much sense. I mean, you should just think about it. Wait until your teammates actually start taking damage, and then ult, because then you'll have an extra 1 or 2 seconds to keep up the healing on your teammates. I think that's probably how you should wait for using this ability, and of course you can even get a little bit more damage out and a little bit more regular healing out before having to get out your ultimate. And of course you can put your Discord out for longer and get better targets for longer if you just wait to use your ultimate. Overall, I'm just going to say, try your very best to not waste this thing, as I just see it wasted so much, and I don't know why. I feel like it's a pretty good ability to just wait, hold, and use. A lot of people just kind of instantly go for it. And yeah, I don't know. That's something that really annoys me. And as a tank that can really use the healing, where it just is kind of wasted, and where other situations where you can't heal me way too much because your Orb of Harmony doesn't do way too much, that can be kind of hard for me. But anyways, those are really just the things that I feel like are bad about Zenyatta, or I kind of dislike about the character, or whatever, what I hate about the character. But there's still quite a bit that I like. I especially like the Zenyatta Lucio meta. I felt like that was really offensive, really fun, and really different from all the other metas as far as supports go. So there you go. That's the thing I really liked about the character. But anyways, as always, guys, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and tell me, do you like Zenyatta or do you hate the character? We kind of want to know. As always, guys, thank you all for watching though, and have a wonderful day.